my idea, oh. You pay them, yeah. The elephant, that is the only one who want to start my hustle soon. As soon as they pay, if it's your way, they carry your shoe. As soon as they pay, they give you pressure. As soon as they pay, they give you pressure. Give me one for two to cool my temper. As soon as they pay, they give you pressure. They break again, down what's outside. Somebody they steal, and somebody they buy. Somebody they see, but the same person is bad. Now I have it.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, don't report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is or?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIV market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in thought to Ichiki. We are living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sidman Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us mayoba, mayoubahs @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
When chicken say, go go lioko, it's all consent.
A very well pleasant good morning wherever you're joining us this morning. We want to say welcome to the program from the print news here on Freedom Communications Incorporated. Today is Monday and the 19th day of the month that can reach 30 or 31st. People usually call the abnormal month, but those of us born in February, we are so very much unique. Dakpana will agree with me. So good morning. It's good to be back on the Monday. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning to all of you listening, all of you watching. Welcome to the brand new edition of the program from the Print News. And today is Monday, like Esther said, the 19th day of February, and the year stands at 2024.
Right.
Today is the birthday of my son, Melvin. Melvin, happy birthday to you. Take it from all of us, your mom, your siblings, and your kids. Every one of us want to wish you well as you celebrate your birthday on today. You can also take it from your darling wife. And we all say we wish you the best as you celebrate your birthday on today, Melvin. Let's leave Liberia now and usher in our man, Dakpana. Dakpana, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Windia, and good morning, Esther. I want to say good morning to the peace-loving people of Mama Liberia. Yeah, after some stay away from the show, and at least I was able to manage to be on today. My schedule has changed.
I mean, you don't even know I get problem with you, said, but we thought I want up the air.
And it is 9 days after my birthday. I want to say thanks to all of those who wish me happy birthday on the 10th of February, including Her Majestic.
Yeah.
So I didn't wish you happy birthday.
No, your name supposed to be on your show.
No, I said including. So you one of those, but
that special attachment.
Are you jealous?
Yeah, but a female now, so we gotta get special recognition.
Exactly.
I didn't know you that gender sensitive.
Yes, I am.
That's good.
Oh my
God. All right, we heard from you, the chief feminist. So my man has everything. How is your new location?
Yeah, we are coping bit by bit. This place is cold. And California is much hotter than here, but we are coping. And we see the environment look good. The living condition here is much better, but we're trying to adjust.
So which states are you?
New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. I read at the border with Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Okay. So from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is not far from me.
That's good.
If I want to go eat good Liberian food, I can just cross over and go there.
Yeah.
But since then, I haven't been there yet. But there are a lot of Liberian restaurants in Philly. So at times in the future, I'll be going over, to eat good food, African food.
All right. Sounds great. Sounds great. All right. So folks, good morning once again. Welcome to the Print News Today edition, we will be sharing with you the online versions of Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer.
And Windia,
So, mm-hmm,
I'm sorry for cutting you off. Before we go into that, we getting sad news from the country. The
mm-hmm,
former
mm-hmm.
lawmaker of District Number 9, Nima Kante, what's his
Johnson
name?
Gueglo.
Johnson Gueglo. I think he used to be the chairman of Rules Order at
Yeah.
the 54th. And we are hearing that he died at Cali Hospital last night. I think he had a heart attack or something. He went unconscious, has been reported. So we want to say our deepest condolences. He used to be my neighbor, Winner and Esther, because
Okay.
I spent before I could come to America, I spent 10 years around the Ebitor Road Town Hall area. So he used to be our neighbor. Yeah, I know his son is a musician, Kuzi, and I know the entire family. So I want to say our deepest condolences to the Beery family.
Yeah, he's a Kuzi father.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's the information for you. Former District Number 9 representative of Nima County, Johnson Gueglo, has passed. And we say our deepest condolences to the bereaved family. We hope and pray that the good Lord is going to see all of you through as you bear this irreparable loss in your life. So let's run to stories we're going to be sharing with you on today's edition. And let's take our very first story from the online version of Front Page Africa newspaper. And it says here, Central Bank of Liberia's US 80.3 million loan to government for salaries sparks debate over skipping legislative approval. And this story was written by Leonard Dodo of Front Page Africa newspaper. The Central Bank of Liberia is once again under the spotlight. A member of the House of Representatives has requested the appearance of the executive governor to provide explanations for what he described as a violation of the Public Procurement Management Law, PFM law, by extending US 83.05 million loan to the George Weah administration last December for the purpose of paying civil servants salary without legislative approval. The Public Financial Management Act of 2019 governs the management of Liberia's public finances. The act was amended in 2019 to improve the country's decentralization program, which aims to share revenues with local governments. Rep. Richard Cohn, in a communication to the Speaker, informed members of the House that the Central Bank of Liberia in November 2023 lent US $550.2 million to the past administration, which was then in transition. Again, in December, according to Rep. Cohn, another $32.85 million was lent to the same administration by the central bank through a resolution adopted by the Board of Governors of the bank in its regular meeting on December 14, 2023. The Montserrat County District Number 11 rep contended that in line with Section 36, Count 3 of the amended restatement of the PFM Act of 2009 states that with the exception of the exception of any loan raised for the purpose of paragraph B of the subsection 36.2, the terms and conditions of any loan shall be laid before the legislature and shall not come in operation unless they have been approved by a resolution of the legislature. Raccoon firmly asserted in his February 5, 2024 communication. Mr. Acting Speaker, speakership election was yet to be held then, and fellow colleagues, it will interest you to note that said borrowing was not in compliance with the above stated PFM law, and on many occasions, the former Minister of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Honorable Samuel D. Tua Jr., has told this august body during his appearances that the IMF standing rules do not allow them to credit from the Central Bank of Liberia, and at no time, with the action by the CBL, it does not only violate the PFM law, but also the IMF standing rules normally stated by Honorable Twirl. The bone of contention, Section 36 of the PFM Act delineates the procedure for government borrowing, explicitly vesting the authority solely in the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Any loan contracted must have its terms and conditions negotiated by the minister and submitted for legislative approval. However, the CBL Act, particularly Section 46(1), grants the CBL the authority to extend credit to the government under exceptional circumstances, subject to the decision of its board of governors. And we can't go into all of these readings, but we'll stop it here for now. So those of you listening, you can follow us on the online version of Front Page Africa and just get to the remaining story. And its caption reads, Central Bank of Liberia's US 80.3 million loan for salaries. That's the 80.3 million loan to government for salaries sparks debate over skipping legislative approval. And let's jump to another story, and it has to do with the Liberia Revenue Authority Chief Viles review of controversial excise stamp contract amid corruption allegation. Mr. Double Jala, the Commissioner General of the Liberia Revenue Authority, who is poised to assume office on March 1, has told Front Page Africa that he will review the conditions under which the contract for production of excise duty stamp was awarded to. All right, and so let's get to this story, and it says here, upon taking over, we will review the award process and whether due diligence was conducted, Mr. Jala said. Commissioner Jala committed to review the contract when Front Page Africa brought to his attention the litany of corruption allegations, the company producing the excise stamps. The excise tax stamp is specially designed stamp with digital and other security features. The main purpose of excise stamp, that's excise tax stamps, is to provide a physical means of collecting tax. The stamps denote that a payment has been made or is due to be made to the LRA with regard to a particular accessible item, such as a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of alcohol. This means every tobacco product or bottle of alcohol products imported or manufactured in the country will have to bear the excise tax stamp. In 2021, Front Page Africa investigation revealed that Madras Security Printers Incorporated, the company that was awarded the contract by the LRA, has a history of scandals in several countries, Kenya, Sudan, India, and Bangladesh, among others. During the launch of the stamp in 2021, the former Commissioner General of the Liberia Revenue Authority, the late Thomas Donald, described the launch of the excise tax stamp as a major milestone gear toward expanding the tax net and increasing revenue collection. However, critics remain unsure amid concerns that the stamp was masked in secrecy and lacking transparency. Madras Security Printers competed with the likes of De La Rue, the company printing the stamps for the Ghana Revenue Authority. But according to the LRA, Madras offered the best prices during the bid. Front page Africa background check of Madras Security Printers revealed that the company has a bad track record in various countries it has operated providing similar service. In 2018, Madras was accused by the Kenyan government of colluding in a scam with several co-conspirators to provide fixed tax stamps, despite being the legitimate suppliers of the actual stamps. As a result, counterfeit items such as fertilizer, sugar, and other products passed into the hands of unsuspecting consumers bearing the fixed stamps, leading to illness and even death in some cases. Subsequently, Madras directors in Kenya were charged with conspiracy to defraud, breach of trust, abuse of office, and cheating. All directors absconded and refused to appear to face the charges. The Kenyan government issued a press release stating that international warrants of arrest via Interpol Red Notice had to be issued. And that's the story there relative to the Liberia Revenue Authority. Let's get to more stories. Let's take more stories here. Let's move on with more stories. Let's take another one. And this one says, okay, let's see this story. It says, Front page Africa has gathered that Liberian foreign mission workers across the globe have been left stranded by the Liberian government for 6 to 8 months without paying their rent, cost of living adjustments, and even salaries. Why this has slowed down activities at these embassies, like the Liberian embassy in Washington, D.C., most of the staff are still sacrificing by being punctual at work and ensuring that the embassy remains operational. A Liberian diplomat who spoke to Front Page Africa on condition of anonymity said staff from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs assigned at the embassy have not received their rent and even salary for the past 8 months, while press attaches at various embassies across the globe have not received their for the past 5 months. In countries like America, these people don't joke with their rent. So imagine the foreign workers, they're going 5 to 8 months without receiving money from their government for rent. There is no life insurance, and when you send your children to school, the government compares us to have insurance for our children, the diplomat lamented. Another diplomat who spoke to Front Page Africa wondered why the past government who boasts of leaving over 40 million for the new government when its employees around the world were being left heavily indebted. The Weah administration left US 40 million for President Walker to start with. But what was the essence when you were owing people in foreign missions who also have family obligations? Our rent is overdue. Some of us here are being rescued here by family and friends. We have been sacrificing, but how long will we continue like this? The diplomat said. At her confirmation hearing earlier this month, the new Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslow Nyanti, vowed to ensure the holistic rebranding of Liberia's foreign relations to attract economic, social, and political benefits for the nation and its people. Let's take one more story from the Front Page Africa, and then we send controls to Esther for the continuation of the dailies. And it has to do with this one. Okay. During his confirmation hearing earlier last week, the then Transport Minister designate, Sirleaf Tyler, faced questioning from Montserrat County Senator Sad Joseph regarding allegations in the media against Daniel Johnson, who had recently been appointed as Deputy Secretary General of the Rabat Flight Information Region. Senator Joseph sought clarification on whether the Transport Minister was considering initiating an investigation against Johnson, who was said to have been invading the American justice system. Johnson is one of the three individuals allegedly involved in defrauding the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, of approximately 1.9 million intended to assist impoverished people and towns in Liberia. In April 2011, two former humanitarian aid workers were each sentenced to 142 months in prison for their involvement in the crime. Efforts to prosecute Johnson did not materialize after George Bourman Konto denied a request by the United States government to extradite him to the U.S. for trial. Liberia prosecutors argued that the crime of theft of property allegedly committed by Johnson was not political and thus he should be extradited to the U.S. to face charges. They further argued the existence of a 1937 treaty between Liberia and the USA. Prosecutors contended that the Liberian government had fulfilled all requirements for Johnson's extradition. However, Johnson's lawyers argued that he could not be tried under a foreign jurisdiction as the alleged crime took place in Liberia. Johnson was indicted on September 19, 2007 by the grand jury of a U.S. District Court in Columbus for allegedly diverting U.S. $240,000 of the IRC's money into his personal account. According to U.S. court records, Johnson served as project accountant for the IRC in Monrovia from June 2004 to July 2007, during which time the alleged act occurred. The U.S. had previously succeeded in extraditing Liberians to the U.S. for crimes committed there. Located at Robertsville in Magibie County, the ARO-FIR was established on January 17, 1975, when Guinea, Conakry, Liberia, and Sierra Leone established an aeronautical cooperative venture to provide air navigation services for en route flights above 3,000 feet AGL in their combined airspace. Member states continue to manage the lower airspace within their territorial boundaries from ground to 3,000 feet. And those are all the stories we can take from the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper. We send controls to Esther for the continuation of the dailies.
All right, I have the online version of the Daily Observer on my desk. This is one of the top stories. Government to halt payments of contractors and consultants. Well, let's see some lines of this story. We are told that a couple of, names that we are familiar with, are here. The Unity Party government has reached a decision to withhold salary payments to consultants and contractors hired by the previous administration until a comprehensive review of their legitimacy is conducted, top sources have hinted to the Daily Observer. It has been a huge discussion within the government for the past week, and the general public feeling is that payments for people who fall in those categories need to be withheld until the government does a thorough scrutiny of their legitimacy. A top Ministry of State source who asked for anonymity said, if the government does not do this, it will be putting the Liberian people money in the wrong hands, while the people who are doing the actual work will be shortchanged. There is a growing concern within the government that many individuals hired by the previous CDC administration were hired by consultants and contractors based on their political affiliation or personal relationship with former President George Weah and other top officials rather than for their professional expertise. It is alleged that these individuals receive taxpayers' funds without fulfilling their duties as consultants or contractors. It is in response to these concerns that the Braga administration has called for a thorough assessment of all consultants and contractors to identify and remove those who were illegitimately appointed. The goal is to integrate genuine consultants and contractors into the new system while eliminating those who were not properly vetted. I cannot be too definite about actions that we are intending to take against them now, but I can assure you that the government is on the verge of taking a tough stance or source at the finance ministry said. We will communicate these things through the appropriate channel, but we have resolved to be rigid against people who are exploiting the system. President Joseph Walker on Wednesday, February 14, signed a U.S. 41.3 million spending bill that will keep the government functional and afloat till the end of February 2024, a move that was intended to avoid a shutdown of the government. However, top priorities for February's spending bill include government employees' compensation of salary, which constitutes a whopping US 26 million, 63%. We have a huge debt to settle with our employees, and that is more than half of the budget that the president submitted for February. If we do a thorough vetting of people on the list of consultants and contractors, I am sure that we will save the country a huge amount. This is why it is better to withhold their salaries until the scrutiny is done, the Ministry of State official said. However, the executive mansion could not confirm whether payments to consultants and contractors have been put on hold, but said that some actions have been taken to get a proper understanding of the statuses and legitimacy of those who are working with the government. I cannot confirm whether ministries and agencies are stopping the payment of consultants or contractors because every institution has its own starting consultancy or contractor requirement. But there is a growing need for staff assessment, Kula V. Fofana, presidential press secretary, told The Observer Sunday evening. Well, we want to stop you here. Let's look up more stories from the online version of the Daily Observer. Governmental hot. Okay, we're done with that. Inside, HPX big bet on Baka's administration. All right, that's one of the stories on the front page of this, or on the online version of the Daily Observer. Kuhn calls for tangible action against rhetoric in global cooperation. This is also right here on the Daily Observer. We will take some lines. Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn has emphasized the importance of tangible actions over rhetoric in global cooperation, particularly in South-South partnership. In a statement delivered at a two-day parliamentary conference on South-South cooperation in Rabat, Morocco on February 16, 2024, VP Kuhn told delegates that as the world navigates the economic landscape of the 21st century, it is imperious that South-South cooperation transcends a mere rhetoric and transforms into tangible actions. Our focus must shift towards facilitating the exchange of resources, technology, and knowledge to promote trade and foster economic cooperation, Kuhn said. In this regard, I urge all parliamentarians present to spearhead the formulation of a unified trade agreement aimed at enhancing economic cooperation among our nations. Concrete actions are essential to translate our vision of South-South cooperation into reality and improve the livelihoods of our people. We will leave you on that note. Let's look up more stories on the Daily Observer. Villagers seek to cancel contract with Singaporean loggers. It's also right here. Ganta Methodist Hospital shut down. Let's see what this is. It says the doors of the Ganta United Methodist Hospital has been shut down for 48 hours as workers strike for unpaid arrears. Workers told the Daily Observer on Saturday that they embarked on a go-slow because of the management failure to pay their salaries for the past 2 months. This is one of the major go-slow actions at the hospital in recent time, where all departments closed their doors, leaving the hospital completely deserted with no electricity. Patients in the various medical wards called for help demanding treatment, but nobody paid attention to their conditions. Since Thursday, February 15, 2024 afternoon, no treatment has been given to my son, said an elderly lady whose son was said to be suffering from diabetes. My brother went on a medical operation and his condition is still bad since this morning. No attention has been paid to him, said Emmanuel Yeyi, a caretaker. The nurses are saying they will not work and have all left and gone out. As you can see in here, he said. The workers complain that since December they have yet to get their salaries and the management doesn't care to listen to their plight. The nurses abandoned us and we are dying here slowly. One of the patients on the female ward shouted as this reporter was interviewing other people. The outpatient department was closed, leaving patients to sleep on benches in frustration without any indication of what to do next. I came to see the doctor, but we met all the doors closed. Nobody could even pay attention to us, said one Morris Dan. I don't know what next to do in this situation since I came from a long distance, he said. Some group of nurses were brought together by Mission Station Superintendent Reverend Priscilla Glenian to convince them to resume work, but they could not listen to her apology. Well, let's leave you on this one and see. I think we have just few. Will not read all of them. House reviews plans to buy a fire truck for Painesville and other cities. This is interesting. That's a good news. Totman University announced its groundbreaking development in education that is also one terminus. APM Terminus Liberia owners, long-serving employees and interns. Africa seizes 100 tons of cocoa at the border with Guinea. That's one. And finally, not finally, but NEC blamed for political parties' non-adherence to gender quota. And stakeholders brainstorm on sustainable fisheries. Nimot embarks on accountability crusade. Speaker Kofa hails Ahmadiyya Muslims for humanitarian work. We are accused of blotting executive mansion payroll. And finally, ELWA Radio celebrates 70 years of broadcasting in Liberia. Wendell, let's send controls to you.
Thank you very much, Esther, for that splendid reading from the online version of the Daily Observer newspaper. So before we take our break, Gus is here with us. Gus, you can greet the audience and then we catch up with our break and come back to you guys.
Yes, good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Dakwana, Esther, and the people of Liberia. Gus Kwama, glad to be here.
All right, so that's it, folks. Let's go and take our break. When we come back, we will join the team of panelists in the USA, and then from there, we will draw our talking points for this morning discussion.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check it. You wait for your safety. If you see I don't keep it, I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Ram Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's Ram Stopper. All Ram Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door, Ram Stopper. Stopping crime and make a peace for them before, Ram Stopper. Liberia. From the center to interior, Ram Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Gammersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so go deep and deeper. Put it to the EGK.
Oh, yes, folks, thanks for rejoining us. And let me just read this quickly. I see here on the social media, a friend of mine posted this this morning, and I'd like to share. Journalist, this was posted by journalist Rufus Divine Brooks Jr. And it says here, President Joseph Boakai to take his first public exam if he doesn't comply. The Vanguard Students Unification Party of the University of Liberia has warned President Joseph Numa Boakai Sr. to pass into legislation the free tuition policy, or President Boakai will sit his first public exam. Escape the exam or give the free tuition policy. All right, so that's it, folks. Let's go to the USA, Chicago and New Jersey to hear from Gus and Dapana.
Wendy, I'll just pick a topic. As you know, I came in late. Just go ahead. You guys can pick what you want, and I can elaborate on it.
Okay, let's hear from Dapana first. Then, Dapana, you listen to all of the stories. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Wendy. a lot of stories over there. I think I'm a little bit interested in the one
You are very low. You
Yeah,
need to increase
sounds
your mic
5.5.
volume.
Okay, what I will do, I will go out and come back in.
Okay, please do quickly while we with you, Esther. You read a story there, relative to what is happening in the country with respect to the Ganta.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's
that's
very.
one of the
Hmm.
stories that really caught my attention. When the nurses everywhere around the world, when there should be the last, people to go on a strike or to think about go slow action, because that go slow action you're thinking about going on or you on could cost somebody life when they're
So true.
in as much as we want to talk about the issue of whatever you're facing, whatever that is going on with your salary issue. I just read when they're just December. Do you know how many people are around here who have worked
Without
four,
pay, right?
5, 6 months, and they're still hoping, that something's gonna happen. We all know what's happening right now. There is a transition. This is a transitioning period where, a lot of things are still being put in place, and I think people should be patient when it comes to these kind of things, most especially for health workers,
I also.
because those
Mm.
people lying in the hospital there could died because of a decision.
So true. There are other folks who are seeking medication at that hospital that needs serious attention, and to have the nurses going on a go slow action, I don't think it ought to work
No,
for
not at all.
the Kanta hospital, because we also heard from what we read, the folks at various embassies across the globe are also complaining for the last 4 to 5 months they have not taken pay, and they have their families to cater to, they have rent to pay, and all the domestic responsibility to take care of. So where do they get money from when the government that they are working for didn't pay them for 5 months? How
Hmm.
do you expect them to go about? And you also have to pay the rental fees for the
And
embassy.
besides, people
Is
are
is
just
is is
impatient
is
when
is
they're
is, is
others who are in different sectors when they're that are not even into this kind of medical area. They're patient. What about you who's saving life? You're saving
That's
life
true.
and you living the life because you
No,
don't have your
Esther,
salary.
let's agree that they are saving lives. But you see, the disappointing part about it is that people work and you don't pay them. It's
Yeah.
bad. We
Right.
can't continue
That's
to
the point.
live. Yeah.
Wendell,
Somebody, yeah. Go
we
go
have to,
ahead, boss.
yeah,
Mhm.
we have to change the narrative. Esther, I get your point, but none of these the big line ministers ever miss pay. Have we ever thought about that? Like, why is it that this most simple people in our society who doesn't cost much always
Mm.
miss pay, but the BB people never miss pay. They don't miss their gas slips. They don't miss their new vehicles. They don't miss any of those. I mean, it's just appalling for us as people to continue to give them these leeways because, like, I think when you read this thing with the people over in America and other places, they need their rent. You don't pay their rent, they're gonna kick you out. They don't care you got this, you got that, because they know it's part of the responsibility. One thing we know in this world as we have grown is this: there are a few things you have to pay for right off the bat. Better have food on the table, roof over your head. If you don't have those two things, what's the essence of living? Esther? You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I
Mm.
think our government and the people that run these places need to make this a priority. If you can't pay people, you might as well adjust your salary. But they say again, harmonization was wrong. We'll see. You're going, yeah. What else you're talking about?
Let's hear you, Dapana. You are back. So let's hear you. What are some of the stories that caught your attention you would like to speak to? Let's give you the time so you can do that.
Now I'm I'm audible now.
Very well,
Yeah.
very much.
Okay, so before I go to what I wanted to talk about, let me just give my one or two on what you guys talking about. I
Hmm.
think government is continuity. Government is continuity. That's the reason why you have a government.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why when President Weah was leaving office, there's a law that every responsibility being turned over to the HR. So all of those political appointees, they left offices and then they had the HR there. They have a civil servant within those government agencies or ministries. So government is
Mm-hmm.
continuity. So I don't want people to be shifting blame. Yeah, oh, we are didn't pay us. We are is no more there. We are is no more in office. That's the reason why Liberian people voted we are out. So I think they should be directing, their grievances to the government that is in power. Shouldn't be blaming the government when the government is no more there. It is sad that people are not being paid allegedly for 8 months and living in this America. Yeah, the people don't joke with their rent. You don't pay your rent, they put your thing outside. So I think the government should be able to get on this thing and start saying, oh, while we are left money in the central bank and he pay us. Focus your grievances to the government that is at hand. Sometimes when you got to make this statement, if you try to make it look political now, then people can try to question you. So you shouldn't be making this thing political like you got faking it. If you real like they didn't pay you for 8 months, direct your grievances to the new government in power. That's their responsibility to pay you. And I want to also agree with Gus that those people at the hospital, they need to be paid. These people are taking care of lives. They are endangering their lives. Sometimes some of these illnesses they are transferable when you're the health hazard. So these people need to be paid. You can't have people working and you're not paying them. And then while you get a big shots and enjoying and eating and living good life, BB cars, and the people who doing the work they are not paid. So that's sad. So yeah, lastly, I want to also talk about this thing here with a guy at RIA there. I don't know RIA or like LAA. This thing is concerning. People have been writing about this man being accused of corruption, allegation on corruption. Yet this man is still over there. Then what kind of change Boaka spoke about? What kind of rescue are they coming with? You appointed somebody with a questionable character, and there is something that is America. It's America. It's not just Liberian code to say, oh, maybe they put one of on the man. They went after the man for nothing. But this thing is America accusing this man of corruption. So I think that the old man Boaka need to rethink now his decision to take that man out of there. We can't have a man over there with a questionable character and then keep him there. He need to be taken off and then he be investigated. So that's it when they are Esther and Gus.
And to add up to what you just said, this thing is very serious. And we read the story, and according to the story, all the preparation was made for extradition. But according to the legal minds, the crime committed by Daniel Johnson was not a crime to that he will be extradited to face charges in the USA. It was something that he could go through all of the legal proceedings here in Liberia, because this money in question is huge. $1.9 million, is alleged that was misappropriated by Daniel Johnson, who was recently appointed by President Waka. So I think it's important.
It was not even misappropriated. They said the man transferred to a personal bank account.
So
what misappropriated, then it means that he used the money the way he should use it.
All right. So So let me put it there that the money was diverted into his personal accounts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand.
That misappropriated word, like I send you money.
No, I understand. I know the word of misappropriate. I understand that. Yeah.
So you could say,
So he collected the money. The money was collected, and then he put the money into his own account. Yeah. So I mean, it's alleged for now. We'll say alleged, because the court did not book him for that. The man was staying enjoying the money.
The thing here is that the only thing the court said, the man cannot be sent to America to be prosecuted. But they didn't deny the allegation. He could have been prosecuted in Liberia. So that's the only thing there. But it mean that he didn't steal the money or he didn't divert the money. So I don't know why Bwaga keeping him over there. Then if he not show, then you investigate.
So Article 3-4 of the ARA law stipulates a tenure of 4 years for the Secretary General for Administration, a position occupied by Liberia, for which Lassana B. Sanon was reappointed by former President Weah. However, Sanon has faced verbal attacks and insults following the nomination of Mr. Johnson to the position. All right, so the position is also a tenure position. All right, just got to know that this position is a tenure position.
You see, there's a violation there.
Yeah, that's a violation. You know, how can President Bwaka appoint somebody to, serve in a tenure position when this person's tenure has not yet been expired?
But we know, you also notice that Omen Bwaga went ahead and appointed vice president for NOCA, which shouldn't have been the case. When you read the NOCA law, I see these people, they are just running in error. It shouldn't have been the case where you appoint vice president at NOCA. You only appoint the chairman of the board and the president CEO of NOCA. So in collaboration with the board, the president CEO will appoint the remaining people. Bwaga went and appointed vice president, two presidents, Imaya Zango and Bwaga Jaliba. He also went to ARA again, position where he shouldn't have appointed people. He appointed people again. So I don't know why are they diving in error. I thought they said they knew everything. They were coming with a change. We were not performing right. He was doing wrong things. He was not abiding by the constitution. But you can't now. You violating the laws, the bylaws and constitution of Liberia. That's sad.
Liberia, we inside. We did. Solomon said we did now. Yeah. We inside. We already inside. So, folks, those are the stories we read this morning. The transport minister calls on the police inspector general to investigate corruption of allegations against the RFIR's Daniel Johnson. It's alleged that Daniel Johnson diverted funds belonging to that were to improve the lives of impoverished people in our country, and the money was diverted into his personal accounts. And this is the man the president appointed as the the Secretary General of the Rabbits Flight Information Region.
Do we know when this happened?
This position is also a tenure position. Yes, Gus, go ahead.
Do we know when this money was diverted? When this man took this money?
Yeah, according to the story, Johnson is one of the 3 individuals allegedly involved in defrauding the U.S. Agency for International Development of approximately $1.9 million intended to assist impoverished people in towns in Liberia.
When was that?
In April of 2011.
In April of 2011.
Yeah.
So 2011 up to now, he was never prosecuted in Liberia?
Huh?
So from 2011 up to now, this man case was never brought up in Liberia?
Not at all.
Because
Yeah,
according to the story over there, the US decided to prosecute him in the US. I think they took his case to the court in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
But then the agitation here is that they wanted for him to be extradited to the US. But his lawyers said that he didn't commit a crime in the US, so he should be prosecuted in Liberia.
No, the lawyer said his lawyer said that the crime he committed does not warrant extradition. So he should be going through courts right here in Liberia, not in the US.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, no offense. This is something that happened in 2011. We have sat on it and haven't done anything about it.
So that how many years now? 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014?
13 years.
13 years you're talking about.
So
13
under
years.
statute of limitation, I don't even know where it stands. So for me, See, these are the things that really drives me nuts about us Liberians. You know, things only matter when it comes to our doorstep. You know, nobody care about fire trucks until fire get to their house. Nobody care about paying nurses until their mom and pa get sick. You know, nobody care about hospitals. You know, nobody care about parks until your children can't go nowhere. I mean, my man, there's better stories to talk about than this person, man.
But God, I'm not understanding your argument pushing. The
I'm not
man,
making no
the man
argument.
committed a crime. The man committed a crime. He wasn't even appointed in the weird government and he wasn't raised. He was never appointed.
Does it
So the
have to
fact of
be
the matter
raised
is
when you're
that this
appointed?
man was appointed and because he held a key position, so he's brought out. So it doesn't mean that because he wasn't
Yeah,
prosecuted 2011, it means that he can be brought out.
yeah.
Oh
So
no, 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 no,
the
no.
people are the people are now going into his closet that
Yeah.
this
Again,
man who Bwaka has appointed,
But
have a,
but
you know,
the way you lay the case, that why made me not talk because you say, oh,
Wendell,
why it wasn't done before and now. So you it like, oh, we are appointed a man, nobody talk. Now, Paka appointed a man, people want to talk.
why would I?
That was
My
not the
man, I
case.
speak English and I can put it in Loma.
Because everybody can speak English.
I
Let we
never
be that
use the
English
word
thing.
we are.
Yeah, but we speaking English
Wait
on the
now,
show.
wait now,
I
wait
want
now,
their
wait.
understanding. So don't be saying, yeah,
Wait now.
if be sarcastic now, it can bring argument on the show. Let we all talk. But
Sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic.
yeah, but
I'm
what you
being
doing? You say
truly
you speak
real to
English. I
you.
will say I know you speak English.
There is no reason in all of my statement did I mention who appointed him or whatnot. No.
You gotta mention it, but from the line you join, it can be diagnosed from your line you join.
Okay. You know what? I'm not here to argue. I woke up this morning in a very good mood.
We're not
I did not
arguing.
come on
We're
here to
having
argue.
conversation.
You guys can pick what you want to pick. It's and we can go along with it. Okay. I'm just saying there are important stories.
this too is Liberia, folks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean,
You know, for us to be sitting
we
here.
cannot have our audience, disrespected. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't make
there
sense.
are times that we have our own differences with
No, but
issues.
no, we not.
People.
No disrespect. Yeah, we just disagree on certain things. But
But
Uh,
there is
uh,
no reason
it's
to
nothing about this.
disagree, my
You know,
brother.
sometimes when people speak, they will not say the actual word, but you will dissect where they're coming from. And this main issue is something that need to be questioned. You can't sweep it under the carpet only because it was not
so
investigated.
let's even agree that this man was appointed by President Weah.
Mm.
Nobody raised the issue. All
But
right.
that's the point.
Nobody raised the issue that, oh, Daniel Johnson was caught in the web. He diverted
For
personal money.
13 years.
He diverted money into his personal account that was to be used for something else. Nobody raised that issue for 13 years. All right. So it doesn't mean that somebody can raise it today.
No, it
Definitely,
doesn't mean that either.
You know.
definitely.
But the
Mhm,
point is, it doesn't mean that either, Wendell. But the point
mhm.
is, sometimes we ourselves, we don't come out here to just argue. Sometimes we ourselves have to sit there and say, man, with Esther raising the point of nurses, with all of these things, a political appointment that me, Gus Kwama, you, Wendell, Esther, that one I cannot change because, again, our constitution says everything is at the way and pleasure of Mr. Bwaka. I come in here my hand on that.
So who is raising this issue today? The Minister of Transport. I want to believe that the Transport Ministry have serious jurisdiction over that agency. All
Exactly.
right. So he's calling on the Inspector General of the police. Look, there are some issues about this man, who was appointed, that he, took money that was belonging to the people and put into his personal account. So such a man with such a character cannot hold such a position. So let him be investigated. So that's the Minister of
And with
Transport
that,
calling on this man investigation.
Right.
the media is the watchdog for society. And the only reason why we're talking about this because Front Page Africa highlighted it, they raised it. They talk about the
Exactly.
investigation, they gave all the historicity about this individual. So that's
Hmm.
the reason why we're talking about it. We didn't just go take it from nowhere because it's in the news. So the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is that Parker should pay key attention to those allegations leveled against this brother and have him be investigated. You cannot hold such a position and you have such a damaging stuff on you. You criticize we are for the same thing. We have criticized many times. So why can't they be criticized as well? That's my thing.
All right, let's go to Esther to read out those comments. And Esther, just read out the comments. We'll come and take few calls, and then we go at 12:30. So let's see what our people are saying there on our comment section.
We have Sunny Chomba Wananas watching. We have Kippy County first says good morning, watching you from Canada. We have Kippy County. Okay, that's a emoji. William Huff says good morning, Freedom Family. This is William Huff watching from Minnesota, USA. Stephen Fowler says I'm with you. Salia Sony says what's up, United.
Oh, that's my man. What's up, Salia?
Okay, good morning. I'm following you from my end, Jacobtown Lone Star gas station. Victor V. Talker says good morning, watching from Cape Mount. Jefferson Carter says watching you people live. Evelyn Joe says good afternoon. Freedom Radio, I am watching live from Omar Muscat. And Raheem Young says watching you from Caldwell. Lawrence F. Pico says good morning, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Oro VP Row. KP County says, wow, this is complete witch hunt against the poor Liberians. I wish Liberia would one day do away with this partisan politics and treat the citizens with respect. Emmanuel Roll says, I'm watching from Congo Town, Paco Island community. KP County first again says, nurses are the last group of people who are allowed to go on strike. Why is Liberia different? Those workers need to be spoken to. And Thomas Manley says, I'm watching from Vocal Mission Community. James Banakwan says, watching from Habel, Margibi County. Thanks for the splendid information, always Freedom FM. Ezekiel Newman Johnson says, good morning, Freedom Family, watching from Chicken Soup Factory Community. Thanks for the show this morning. Kepi County say, I wish and pray that every Liberian will get our campaign mode and will get out of campaign mood and focus on their country. From where M. Fofana says, watching from Lofa County, Kulahun. And J. Benedetto Smith says, hello, your man. We are decided to leave the blame on this new government. That's the reason why he didn't pay the people's salaries. This government have not yet gone a month. His Excellency JMB will settle all the problems your man caused in his government that was turned over to the papier.
But we did not hear anything about the We Are administration or in salary arrears. We did not hear anything about it. So why 5-6 months the folks at various embassies did not get their pay?
Because we don't want to discuss those issues that they want to blame transfer.
All right, I'm still reading comments. Kippy County first says Gauze is just expressing his frustration. Kippy County first says that Pana is wrong on this one. And Kippy County says, slow down, brother. Kippy County first again says these stories become depressing if you are someone who cares about your country and its people. Dennis M. Brown says, I'm following live from New Georgia Estate. Sam Moses, good morning. Kelly P. Morris Jr. says, good morning. Emmanuel Kalikbo says, watching from Nizo Community, Pinsville. Thanks for the show. Duete says, good morning. Mahuri Chelsea Suarez says, good morning. Watching from Congo Town around Nigeria House. Thanks for the show. May God bless you. Or amen. Matthew Boyne says, can you please put me on? And Basco says, I'm watching live from Barclayville, Grand Crew County. Sally Sony says, Wendell, the old man is not in control of appointments. That's why you see an appointment made and it's not on the eMansion website. Otaka Kanu says, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia. I'm watching you guys from my residence in Maryland, USA. Waka always saying he can dance with the devil, period. Thomas Williams says, good afternoon, Freedom Family. I'm watching from Chicken Soup Factory Community. And we have Sadia Sony again. He says, J. Benedetto Smith government is continuity. According to you guys, when we are took over, what has changed now? And Kelly P. Morris Jr. says, good job, family. I think that's all of the comments.
Okay, so those are all the comments we have to read for now. And so if you are still watching us and you take interest into what we are discussing this afternoon, you can drop your comments there. We still have a few more minutes here, approximately 12 more minutes to be here. And so we'll now go to the phone lines and take a few calls. Those of you who are listening, you want to join the conversation, you can call us on the WhatsApp number if you're outside Liberia, +231 86 500 104, and the local lines are 0776 104 104 086 500 104. So let's hear from you. What do you make of our talking points this morning? We read from the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper on the Daily Observer, and we read a story about the current situation regarding our staff at various embassies across the globe who are complaining about salary payment. For the past 4 to 5 months, according to what we read, they have not taken their pay. And because of this, it's causing them, some serious problem. They can't settle their domestic responsibility. Yeah, right? So we go to the phone lines, and you also heard from the current Minister of Transport, who is calling on the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police to have the president nomination to the position of Secretary General, Daniel Johnson, to have him investigated, to give account of money that was diverted into his personal accounts, money that was to be used for impoverished people and the building of towns in Liberia. All right, so let's go to the lines and hear from our very first caller this afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing?
We are fine. Thank you. Tell us your name and take 50 seconds to make your point.
Okay, I'm Mohamed S. Kamal calling from Kelly Street. I just want to make comment on something concerned about city major stuff. The president they said, Uchi, now we can, who is the president?
No, we're not talking that thing yet. Let's leave that one. We're talking. Let's talk different thing here. Hello? Hello? We don't want people jumping.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you are on the line. Hello.
This is Ma Walter calling from District 15.
Welcome to the show, Ma Walter. You have 50 seconds. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to thank you this afternoon for the topic. I want to thank the banana handle. I want to thank God. When there was the question, I want to ask, the town report creation. I know the word president. We are telling about what to the new government.
The transition. They both people call it transition.
So all the things when I in the record that they put it not they put it in the other country where living there, they go out all there. Everything when I in that report for the new government to start paying the people, and they want to shift me. That's how they answer the question. We have to something million. Why being paid? Being paid something million. So they use it to pay the people. And actually pay. Not just pay there.
Okay, Ma Walter. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Good morning,
welcome to the show. Let's hear your name and where you calling from.
My name is Azzy Wuzin, first to be called son of KOK, and I joined the conversation this morning. And I just discussed number 14, but we start on number who we're having you. I want to say thank you to you for the conversation. And good morning to your panelists in the diaspora. I want to speak to the issue of the present government shipping blame is on the past government of not paying people of their salary. The reason you see those 8% where I've been voted out is because the people say that President Brown was not doing the right thing. Was the reason why they voted you guys into power. It's not to come to power today and then shaving blame on the government. Government is continuing raising where your first stop from when you come, where you see your first stop is there where you start from and continue the process. So I don't think it's necessary to see people shaving blames from one place to another.
Okay, so that's it. The callers are saying the issue of shifting blame shouldn't be because government is continuity. Let's take you this person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, what's up, Winnie? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Original Maname. I joined this conversation for about district number 3. I think I'll enter one.
Okay, let's hear you. Let's hear you in 50 seconds.
Okay, for your point of discussion, I'll go straight to the first one. The issue of salary. The issue of salary of government is continuity. That government continuity shouldn't just be used another way. It should be used in this other way too. Same government continuity that while the money now left in the recurring account will not be used by the past government. So let our brothers use it to settle some of those problems. If it is indeed true that it is used that those people are not taking a pay, let it use the money now and then. As in regards to our brother, Danity Johnson, are appointed, this is our Kinko integrity team. Those guys break too much from being integrity people. They shouldn't come around here and be appointed criminals. They do all that President we are appointed people who are not qualified, who are this, who are that. They are come now. Let them do the needful and stop looking for excuses. And as in regards to our brother in the United States, the reason why we are now hold the judge we are government for this man not being prosecuted is that this issue came up in 2007 in September for the first time. But in the first phase of the Madam Selin regime. So they were there, they were to extradite man. They brought us their lawyers and their judges. They said no for FIC regime, this man will not be extradited. So why then they start prosecuting all our local fraud that will still be paying him now and he's having people coming to appoint him.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Surpass your 50 seconds, Lord, to you. And we stay taking calls on 0776 104 104, 0886 500 104. Let's take 2 more calls and then we wrap up. Hello.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
My name is Younger Zez. Is calling from Pipeline Road.
50 seconds for you. Let's hear you.
Oh, I appreciate you for the analysis this afternoon. Because you say that the past government are not doing anything. Meanwhile, here I'm working with your government for 4 good years. One day, I never experienced that one.
Which one? Which one you never experienced? Salary issues?
Salary issue.
Okay.
You say right now, what as we speak right now, my children out of school, science, January. Science, January, my children out of school. You say that you cannot rescue all. You cannot rescue, but right now you're suffering all.
Okay. You cannot rescue us right now. You are suffering also, says the caller. Let's go to our overseas line and take you, Leo Masale. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Nimle. Good afternoon at your end. Yes, first of all, my first contribution had to do with President Wakai. President Waka was elected because of experience. Everybody say, oh, this old man worked for the 2 years in government. He had the experience, so let him. And why is it now he's carrying all those mistakes of people who are serving in tenure positions and that tenure have not yet expired, and then you are nominating people to go and serve. So what's the experience he come up with? You see, people said, oh, he said, Madam said he kept him as an old car parked in the garage. He was like a race car. No one know why Madam said he kept him, because this old man worked for the 2 years in government. He didn't learn anything. And people say he had experience and he just lied to the people, because we don't expect those kind of mistakes to be happening from a man who served for the 2 years in government with experience. And when it comes to the nurses, please let them hold their peace, because they were all in Liberia or President We are. Almost now their vote, they are going to harmonize their salary, rather they are going to harmonize
the votes.
So, yeah, when you go to hospital.
Oh my God, we didn't cut you off, or you just went off. Let's talk to Lady Yeke. Lady Yeke is on the line, and so let's go to the line. Okay, Lady Yeke just went off the line. We got 4 more minutes, so we can take. Okay, she's back. So let's talk to Lady Yeke. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Speaking with how you doing?
I'm all right, oh Mama. How are you?
Yeah, my man, I'm well, man. My stomach go be all the way maybe left country.
What happened to you?
Yeah. My stomach now, yeah, someone away, going to maybe lend you money.
Oh wow.
I'm saying this morning, yeah. Let me say hi to Esther there. And to my CEO,
Yes, ma'am. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, my brother Goss. You not hearing me?
We're hearing you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think you say, man, look. You know, I call me for the salary issue. Look, government, tatani. You can't cut. Any government can. When you can't meet the people there, when any problem there, suffer. Stop any other government I will pass when you say, when I do the right thing, and start calling on their own, they not do the thing, and they not do the thing. No, all the money there for. The man left for the 4 million. So about you, Boka Kiwa, and say, is he 5 million? So about him. So the money that there, then you try to pay the people. What are they? Oh, they 10 million. Then they pay the people. They work for it.
Okay.
The one coming out called that they must have bring all the things that they know all their supposed to be there. They know everything. They actually bring they pay the people when they pay Australian money. They work for it. They keep on resting the country anymore. Come on, the country well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to the overseas line, and that's the voice of Lady Yeke. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, let me say hello to you, big brother. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, let me say hello to those are in studio there. First of all, we
you didn't call your name and where you calling from, sir.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm Maurice Masako calling from Belgium.
Okay, Maurice, go ahead.
First of all, we continue to make mistake. When we used to be telling the people that were supporting the commander in chief, we used to be telling them there is a government that starts something. They don't give them like 12 years, then they come and the kind of thing what they started, kind of development, and they started and ended. Like Brent Putin was saying when we were talking about, but now they are saying it. The government are in power. They don't even know where to start from. They don't even know how to even. They are say the people that say, oh yeah, they make it for the 2-year experience. Even up to now, they make it even position in people for them to move the train here. People in our country, they don't even getting paid. They are sitting there and complaining. Why are you complaining? When the former president used to tell you, say, oh yeah, we're tackling road, we're tackling social development. If really came to power, the first 100 years, and 100 years, I mean, he made sure they start building market for poor people.
Okay.
They even start roofing building them from Kawata. People are taking it to be fought. They see like Brent Port on the street. Oh, they poor hungry, they poor hungry. That ain't there now.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
You're coming feed the way now. So thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you.
We'll
very
keep
much.
talking.
Thank you very much. We're not taking any more calls. Esther, I think we have a few comments. You can quickly run through them,
Yes.
and then we go from here.
Just from where we stop. Florence Chia says good morning. Fofana Harris says Hawaii rather says good morning, guys. Papi Eskeita says good afternoon. CDC Papi K Success Keita. From Dupont Road, Aaron Colley says, I'm watching from South Korea. Good morning to the Freedom family. Stanley Pelosi says, a very pleasant good afternoon to Freedom Print as Freedom Print News, sponsored by Crime Stoppers Liberia. Firstly, I'd like to extend a warm greetings to you all on the program. Joseph Boakai Unity Party government is a complete embarrassment to the Liberian people. They lack the leadership ability to manage this country. Can you imagine people start complaining on salary? I think this is just the beginning of a bad governance. Big shame on you. KP County first says, I realize this administration is constantly going back to the past only to have excuses to implement the plans without resistance. Example, they're trying to get rid of contractors and volunteers. And Salifu Soul says, sad times in Liberia. Margaret B. Gray says, my people, where my sister Ma Orita do, I'm missing her voice. And we see Velma McIntosh class is good morning, watching from Norway. So far, so good one there. That's
From
it.
Mount Norway.
For Norway.
Oh, I heard you say Mount Norway. So I said they got a
Seriously.
place called Mount Norway now. All right, so
Norway.
folks, those are all the comments. All of the old mom then they are so frustrated, and you see them trying to come back on the radio. Is just by God's grace. All right, so let's go to Dakpana. Dakpana is with us. Dakpana, let's hear your parting comments so we can go. Dakpana, you there? Okay, Dakpana is not here. So Gus, you there? Let's hear you. Gus, are you there? Okay, it's like
No, yeah, I am.
Gus,
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
all right, let's
Yeah,
close up from your end.
Yeah, again, I'm glad for the callers. You know, our callers and viewers are very knowledgeable. They're not, we're out of policy mode. We are Liberians, and this is what these people are doing. I just
And
listened to them.
that's what KP Country First said, that
Yeah.
we Liberians, we need to get away from this campaign mode and put our country first.
Well, look at Esther's topic that she picked. It was about issues. You see, we have President we are in office, and everything Unity Party did was to criticize what he was not doing. And for us to come here and not concentrate on that, again, I tell people this: I can fight many battles, but I cannot win all. I want to fight a battle that shows my people why I was on this air fighting for President Weah. His appointment has nothing to do with that. But them coming here and telling us, oh, we're not paying people. You know, I'm glad somebody called us and said, any man left money. Why can't you take that money and pay the people then? You know, the man left money. Take that money, pay the people, even if for 8 months, you say the man ain't paying that 8 months. But you know what? You say you wanted the job, you have the job now. Take the job and do it better than President Weah did. That's what we're asking. That's what Gus
Russell.
Lamar get up here every day. Yeah.
Boss,
Hmm?
I have never heard lawmakers on go slow action.
There you go. Again. So that's what I'm talking about. When we patiently sit here and think about what they criticize our government for, let's sit down and wait. I'm telling you, in the end, we will all sit and tell these voters that voted for these people why we told them it's just going to be a continuation of the failed 12 years that they had before. So me, Gus Groma, you can call me whatever you want. I ain't picking battle. I cannot fight, because the first thing they're going to tell me, and that the president right to do this and that. Okay, you're right. But the president's supposed to pay people. He hasn't paid people. Remember, you had Copa, you're on the Capitol building, and they said the president, we are only paying people and this and that. You're going to all these ministries and making sure they were protesting. Today, you don't want us to protest. That's what they don't want us to do. They want us to fight a battle that they will say, oh, you know what? That ain't your business. No, I'm not fighting that battle. Y'all have a great day. Thank you guys all the time. To all the CDC old man, and y'all hang in there. Trust me, this is what election is about. This is what you fought for. People did not listen. They would bear the weight and the consequence. Now, another 6 years, we'll go back to the table and tell them what they need to do right. And I think they will. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Dakpana. Dakpana, let's hear from you so we can go.
Yeah, thank you. So to just be quick, my role and responsibility as a citizen of Liberia is to hold every government feet to the fire. My cardinal responsibility is to tell them that they did wrong when they have done something that is not right. If they do something that is right, my responsibility is to congratulate them or hail them for the good thing that they did. The fact of the matter is Liberia is what matters to us. So we'll continue to hold the government feet to the fire. When Bouaka is making a wrong decision, it doesn't mean that because Bouaka has the right to appoint people at his will and pleasure, so he should be appointing criminals. If he appoint people who have questionable character, it's my responsibility to question that decision. That's the reason why they question other people and they were right. Nibuzi Wabodiki was questioned. They were right. And other people, they meant to be just a minister. Why his name when they The man who was no, not Cooper Pratt. No, doing real administration. Charles Gibson.
Charles Gibson.
Supposed to be Georgia minister, the first ever Georgia minister. That was going to save off the headache of Musa Dean, but there was an issue raised that he was complained by a client that he took a client money. And that case was at the Supreme Court. Because of that, we are listening. The Supreme Court raised it. We are listening and withdrew his nomination. And he cleared everything up. That's how he got appointed labor minister. So that's the same thing we are doing with the David Johnson man. It's now a crime to critique presidents when they appoint people who has a questionable character. So we will be in this thing here. We will criticize when it need be. We will praise when it need be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And folks, that's all the time we've got to be with you on this edition of the program from the Print News. We'll be here tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The same team will be here to bring you another edition of the program from the Print News. Until then, do have a pleasant Monday.